All right, so for the people that are popping in, just make sure you have your mics muted. We'll do some Q&As towards the end, but just to give a little quick introduction, Andreas is the founder of Pezzi AI, and he went to school for, what was it, economics?
Yeah, economics and finance.
Economics
And
and finance. So he does tax planning for people, specifically small businesses and entrepreneurs. And then he has an AI software company that basically automates all of that for you and does all of your bookkeeping for you. And it's like QuickBooks with AI basically. And you log in, connect your bank accounts. You can see all of your transactions and like which ones are tax write-offs and stuff. And he'll briefly go through that towards the end. But I'll go ahead and give Andreas the mic and you can get started.
let me share my screen real quick before I get started. Uh, all right, can you guys see my screen? Yeah, no, sorry, I can't see the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, speak. All right, perfect. All right, so my name's Andreas. As Tyler said, I basically focus on tax planning, creating basically loopholes with the IRS. I'm not an accountant. I don't do taxes. I just plan. I give you the strategies for you to take them in place and give them to your tax preparer, and pretty much execute them. I just guide you and give you ideas and what you should be doing for your business, depending on that. And that's pretty much it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So a little bit of, see here, this is working. All right. So a little bit about myself. I've been tax planning for about 5 years now. Someone mute themselves, please.
I feel like by offering both of y'all the skill break.
Sorry about that. So my name is Andres, like I mentioned. I'm a tax planner. Been doing this for about 5 years now. I'm located in Florida. I do work with out-of-state customers as well. I am dedicated in Florida as well, as most of my clients are from here. My whole goal is to basically find loopholes, not just to save you money, but increase profitability to your business. So my whole motto is we don't save you, we make you more money. That's the whole goal here. I went to school at Rollins College. I double majored in economics and finance. I've been this basically what I wanted to do since I was little. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that end. So just to get started, let's see here. All right, there we go. So a little bit of introduction to tax planning. I'm assuming none of you guys all make the money. You guys are focused on all of it, but and you're at least worried you forget about this. This is the type of thing that every small business owner basically forgets. They rather just pay Uncle Sam and deal with it at the end instead of actually becoming strategists and implementing a plan throughout the year to make sure you're not paying Uncle Sam. I'd rather you make more money, and this is what we do. We do the tax planning to make more money and give Uncle Sam a very small check, and that's basically what I'm here to do. So the whole goal of it is maximizing profitability, being compliance with tax laws, finding the deductions from your business, and finding credits that belong towards your niche of business to basically apply them and use them to our advantage. So a lot of people are like, oh yes, we all know there's loopholes in the tax world, but how do we use them? They're there for a reason. They've been there for a long time and they're not going away. Because like how we say, the richer get richer for a reason. It's because of these tax plans. You don't see Biden removing them. You don't see any of these political parties basically limiting any of this. Another stuff is about financially planning and budgeting. So our whole goal is from day one all the way till day zero. My day one to day zero is January 1st of whatever year we're in to the end of December 31st. So that's my financial planning on a short term. And we also focus on a long term on the sustainability side. And that's what I'm here to kind of give you the sauce about. So this is kind of an introduction of what you guys should be doing, little key pointers. And then we'll go from there and then we'll have a Q&A at the end. So a little bit how I just said, my first year when I started planning, I had no idea what to do. I just got in and I did it for myself. Because before I did this, I had a scaffolding business. I did construction for a business that I had, and I had no idea. I didn't want to pay a bookkeeper. I didn't have enough money, so I got in it and I started learning. So these are kind of timelines and stuff I use for my own stuff and what I use to practice, so I teach it to others to implement to their business. So that being said, the first thing I like to talk about is what are we going to do the first day of the year? First day of the year, we're going to gather all the information from last year and record and see what we did wrong. We go in, we could have see what we could have done better for the following year. So that's my goal. Whenever you guys go in and you guys want to attack anything, is look what you did prior. Same thing, I'm an athlete. I play college baseball. I looked at my mistakes to see what I can do to make better. From that, we go in, we review all the tax laws, all the regulations. We go in and we file for quarterly tax payments, especially if you're an S corporation. If you're an S corporation, I recommend you doing quarterly payments. If you're an LLC, the moment you start making 50 grand or more, I recommend switching to an S corp. You get more benefits on that end. The next step I would do is at the end of the year, all right, we have already implemented our tax planning throughout the whole year. Now we go in and apply the strategy, making sure before December 31st, the year ends, we apply everything and we execute. And that's basically what I do. I come in and give you what you need to do. Once we execute, we give it to the tax preparer of your choosing, whoever you use, and we go in and we implement. I've been doing this, like I said, about 5 years now, and every year I get better and better and better. And my whole goal is I love it. It's like a video game, and I expect everybody. If you're really an American patriot, I expect you to play the game. If you're not, then you weren't meant for this small business world. So a little bit of tax deductions for small businesses. So what are tax deductions? So these are deductions, true deductions that are coming from your business. So before you know exactly how much you're getting taxed on, we have to find your taxable income. And to do that, you have to reduce the amount of expenses on your business. So if it's any type of home office expense, vehicle expense, any type of professional development, insurance, supplies, anything that falls on your business meals can all be business. Can you guys mute yourself, please, real quick? Please. I'm not trying to repeat myself over people. Like I said, all these deductions are here to basically find deductions. All right. Christian, can you mute yourself, please? All right, thank you. So like I said, these little deductions are there for your business. So you come in and you got to find these business deductions. If you're in the construction world, if you're a realtor, if you're a plumber, you do Turo, you do Airbnb, arbitrage, whatever you do, you need to find the true deductions for your business to apply to find the taxable income. Once we find that taxable income for your business, now we can execute. All right, our whole goal is to execute and lower your taxable income. How do we do that? So say a brief example of what I'm giving you. Say your income was 100 grand. Simple as that. You have about $50,000 in business tax deductions. So now 100 minus 50 grand, you come into a taxable income of 50,000. So you're gonna get taxed based off those 50,000. From there, we go and we get your actual estimate in taxes. So we go in, this is why I created Pezzi, the software Tyler promoted. I go in and I actually do that for you. My software, my AI system does that for you automatically, all of that plus the bookkeeping and more. So once you do that, you're able to implement, all right, so if I'm gonna get a taxable income of 50 grand, how do I lower this? Am I buying a vehicle for my businesses? Am I buying real estate? Am I increasing my expenses? What do I do to lower my taxable income? So this is where the loophole comes in. So this is where you have to be creative. You either invest, like I said, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can invest in vehicles for your business. If you're in the Turo game, Airbnb arbitrage, let's get more units. If you're in the realtor space, go buy a 6,000 pound vehicle, lower that taxable income. You can lower 80% of it the first year, and then so on and so on. So these are little ways and loopholes of what I do when I handhold people. Again, this is a free course. I'm just giving you a free game on how to learn and apply this to yourself. If you can apply anything I'm giving you to yourself, then I am happy because I'm here to help you guys. A little side note of what I do. To give an example, how many of you guys know that your haircuts are tax deductible? And if you guys do know that, raise your hand or speak up. If you don't, that's okay. I'll give you guys 10 seconds to know what I'm gonna go about with that. Does anybody know why a haircut, any type of that, is a tax deduction for your business?
I take a guess.
Go
Andres,
ahead.
I'll take a guess. I'll just say professionalism, right? Um, your ability to present yourself in appearance as a businessman, maybe?
Yeah, it's your personal brand. So your personal brand fall under advertising and marketing. You're marketing yourself. If that little things that people don't really know about, like, did I really know that you could do that? A lot of people don't know these things, and these are things that you guys need to practice. And that's why I always recommend, regardless, I'd rather you be an LLC than a sole proprietor any day of the year. So the steps on what I recommend is that you have your sole proprietor, with basically you're getting taxed off your personal income. Then from your personal income, you get tax and tax on that portion. Then you have your limited LLC, which is your LLC on any state. So you're still covered, but you still don't get that full on benefit, because the only bad thing about LLC is that you have a high risk of audits. Why? Because you're combining your personal plus your business together. And then you come into the S Corp side. The S Corp side has a low risk of auditing, which is why I love it. But I always recommend it to people who are making 50,000 or more on their business to do this, because you get pure benefits of all deductions, more tax credits that you can apply for, and you can use all these little deductions to your advantage. All right, let's go to the next step. So a little bit of tax planning and strategies that I like to implement. So basically, after we find our taxable income, all right, how I mentioned, are we going to use Section 179? Are we going to buy a bigger vehicle for our business? Are we going to increase equipment for our business from in the construction world? Am I going to implement cost segregation? Am I going to depreciate my assets to immediate get some tax savings for my year? Am I going to use it all the first year? Am I going to only use a portion of it the first year and then gradually depreciate my property throughout the years? Am I going to use an Augusta rule, use 14 days out of the year and use my personal home as a vacational rental? I can personally, off my business, rent it to myself for 14 days. I bet a lot of people did not know that, but you can also implement these little things. The whole goal of everything is benefiting the small business world, and the loopholes are there for a reason. So, like how I was mentioning about entities and what they mean. So we have our sole proprietorship, we have our partnerships, S Corp and C Corps. I personally don't like the C Corp section. You're getting taxed at a higher bracket. You still can do deductions, but it makes no sense because you're double taxation. You're getting taxed off the corporation, plus you're getting taxed off your payroll that you're paying yourself as a business owner. So you're double taxed. You're getting 40% off there, plus whatever 35, 40% you're getting off on your personal. So I always scratch that unless you're on a bigger corporation side. Like, it makes sense if you're a Walmart, if you're a Costco, whatever a big corporation is. You have your sole proprietorship, which I assume is many of you guys. You guys have not filed that LLC or are going to file that LLC. So this is where majority of the people fall under. You are getting taxed about 30% of your income. But the thing is, you're combining both personal and your business. The big no-no about that is auditing. People don't know how many people get audited by the IRS, and it's insane because you guys, many people, I'm not saying you directly, but it's so crazy how the American people get audited by stupid things they do off their sole proprietorship that they could have just avoided by just falling into an S corporation or a partnership and just find a loophole around it. Again, the next step is the partnership, and then we have our S corp. I love the S corp because you're the least taxed there. You're not paying double taxations. You're able to not only find those deductions from your business, but you're able to apply those tax credits for your business as well. So remember, you can find deductions and you can get credit. So what does credit mean? It means you're getting an actual credit from the government for whatever business you did. If it's a EV vehicle, if it's some special healthcare credit for your business, for your employees, if you're paying payroll, any type of insurance. Let's say you have insurance for your business and you're paying your employees insurance. So these are little things that you can do and get tax credit from the government. Another thing I love to talk about is literally being tax efficient on retirement planning. I love how a lot of people, this is the easiest way anybody can do this, even if you're sole proprietorship all the way to C Corp, planning for your retirement. I love talking about this because a lot of people are like, I'd rather use it for I'd rather just pay it to Uncle Sam. I don't want to invest. Invest. The key leverage of everybody is investing. the compound interest is insane. I always recommend every small business owner to have at least an a correct structural IUL policy or a 401k planning or both if they can, and leveraging both to get tax advantages. I'd rather you throw 20,000, 20, 30,000 a year into your tax planning strategy for your retirement than paying that to Uncle Sam. So this is one of the easiest way you can lower your taxable income. And you're benefiting your future and your legacy at the end of the year. A couple other tax credits that we can talk about is energy efficiency credits. So these are credits for renewable energy equipment, anything that's going to help save the environment. So any type of equipment that you go and you buy for your business that can do this is a tax credit. Small business credit. So any type of Small Business Job Act tax credits, any SBA loans, anything like that, development tax credits. So say you're in the real estate game and you can apply for these credits. I've seen a lot of people, a little side story. There was a guy, I believe it was an abandoned baseball field, if I'm not mistaken, in Louisville. It was dirt cheap. They actually used development tax credit to fund the whole thing. It was a $14 million project. 7 million was financed by the bank. Another 7 million was taxed by the government. The government gave them an actual tax credit to use this to their advantage. So these are loopholes that you can find. Like I said, community development tax strategies. These are things that you can do inside your own community and take advantage of it. It's crazy the amount of loopholes there is that people are not aware of. And that's again why I do the things I do. The next step that I like to talk about is equipment and asset depreciation. Yes, you go in and you go including Section 179. A lot of people think you can just deduct it. You can also depreciate the asset as well. You can double depreciate the asset plus use it as a deduction for your business to lower your taxable income. These are key strategies that I'm just giving out there so you guys can kind of understand them. If you don't understand them, this video is going to be on Tyler's and Trevor's school community where you guys can actually search them up. Search this up. This is all on YouTube. This is free game that people can search up and apply to themselves, even if they don't work with me or anything like that. So what I want to talk about is tax preparation and filing. So how do we go? So like how I mentioned on the timeline, we go in, we go back, we see what we did wrong, and we implement better strategies the first year. We go and we say organized. How do I say organized? I built a software for my business, and I now offer the service for everybody else. So if you're someone that aren't filing your bookkeeping, whatever you do, or you want to have real-time access, use Pezzi. I'll give you a couple demonstration of what it is at the end and kind of show you around on that section. So once I say organized, now I start leveraging my tax deductible expenses. So this means we find all the deductible expenses so we can minimize our taxable income. Once we do that, we understand what quarterly tax payments mean. Why do we do quarterly tax payments? The reason why is because we want to avoid to underpay any type of penalties or interest charges to the IRS. The IRS likes to get paid something, even if it's $100 a month, whatever it is. It likes to get paid something, knowing that, hey, I'm a patriot, I'm an American guy, I want to pay taxes. They want to know. They love that you pay taxes, but they also love that you use the loopholes to avoid taxes as well. Once we do that, once you understand that, you go and you consult with your tax professional. So, like I said, I'm a tax advisor. I don't do accounting. I don't do I just prepare everything. Once you have everything there, I go and I tell you, hey, I have tax preparers that I work with. I have people as well as a team that I've grown, but I also tell you, hey, you choose who you want to work with. You go in, you find your tax preparer, you have your strategies, and you tell them, hey, these are the stuff I know I can apply for my business. Do it. They will go in and they will do it. They won't charge you extra. They won't, because if you have everything there, you hand it up. It's different from, hey, I haven't done my taxes, I haven't done any bookkeeping, do my taxes. From here you go, here's everything I've done this year, file it. Boom. Once you file it before the deadlines, you do everything, you rinse and repeat the following year. These are the steps and practices I take on my businesses and every other business that I work with as well. So a little bit of before I get the pricing, is there any type of Q&A or anything that you guys, from what I just mentioned before I get to the Pezzi software and everything like that? Is there any type of questions you guys have, any type of concern, what type of business you guys have, I can kind of give you a key pointer here and there, something like that. You guys are all more than welcome to speak. We're
Yeah, I just
good?
got one question. Yeah,
Yeah,
I honed in on the community development tax credit. I'm in a community area where eventually I want to start up a car wash, automatic car wash. Um,
perfect,
because the area is just it's growing, right?
perfect.
But what specific area would you find where these? Because I see developments all over where I'm at. I'm in Virginia, Franklin actually, but the development areas are all over. I see them, and it doesn't look like a lot of people are buying yet. But like I said, the area is growing. Population's growing.
So
Economic.
I always tell people where are you going to be good. So I always like to say an hour to 2 hours away from a metropolitan
Yeah,
area.
that's
So like
where I'm at.
I'm near Orlando. And Tyler's in Tampa. So just to give you an example, there's a city in between us which was called Lakeland. 3 years ago, Lakeland was nothing. Now, if you go to Lakeland now, you're like, what the heck is this? It's that's grown. So that's what I tell people. Try to look in your area, uh, an hour to 2 hours away, because expect growth. Expect in the next 5 to 10 years there to be growth within those areas. Once you do that and you present these things to the county, hey, I want to do this. I'm investing to this into the community. I'm applying. I'm going to bring jobs to the community. What type? And you go in and we can basically sit down and find any type of county tax credits that you can apply for your business. Like I said, like I mentioned that little short thing that I've seen so far with the baseball stadium. They turn baseball stadiums into apartment complex. The county, the state, they love that thing. Because why? Because you're growing the state, you're growing jobs,
Mhm.
you're growing income. And that's what they like to see. Once you do that, they're willing to give you any type of credit you can apply for. And that would be my recommendation. Anywhere from 1 to 2 hours from a metropolitan area, um, where you should be finding areas like that where you can go and build your car wash.
I appreciate that's where I'm at right now. I actually had a conversation with the mayor and his eyes lit up actually. So that's the community development thing is interesting because they're not cheap to develop, right? Business plan about 2.5
Yeah.
million something like
It,
that.
it's not cheap, but that's what people think. It's like, damn, I really need like a car wash. I know I have a buddy of mine that just built a car wash. It cost them all in Florida five million without the land. With the land, they were all in like $8 million. Like, damn,
Yeah,
bro. He's like, he's like, but what he did was he used the leverage of these tax credits in his
yeah.
little community area. Then he went in and financed the rest with an SBA loan. And little did he not know that, damn, I didn't need $8 million. I just needed 10% of, so he got half of it. So he had to basically finance 4 million. And out of the 4 million, he just needed to give 10% down. So he basically prepped up a whole car wash
Mhm.
with $400,000. And the best thing about it is that $400,000 that you invested is a tax deduction for your business at the end of the day, which you can go in and you're leveraging your business plus the land that you own for depreciation on the taxes you go and file.
Yeah, don't take too much of your time, but I'd love to network with that guy or your friend if I
Yeah.
could. I'm a prior military veteran, just 27 years out, but I'd love to try to network with someone that's made it work. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I can share that info. I'll contact him first if he's okay with it, and then yeah, I don't mind
Tremendous.
sharing information. Now with
Appreciate
that
it.
being said, any other questions before I move on? No, that is good.
Did you hear that,
So
Susan?
what happened?
Oh, you're fine. Sorry.
No, you're good. All right. So this is the application that I created. What does this do? So my whole goal was to find affordability for bookkeeping for small business owners. Anybody that's growing their business anywhere from $0 all the way to 1.5 million. I have people with that are making 6 million to $10 million in revenue using my software. My whole goal is to find an affordability sector and giving the business owner, saving them time, but also letting them be in the loop. If many of you have not hired an accountant before or a bookkeeper, you don't know that. First of all, you probably know that they've been behind if you have done that. They're probably never keeping you in the loop. You have to request stuff instead of having it handed to you automatically. So these are things that I found issues in the day-to-day accounting world and just bookkeeping itself. So I decided to create a software called Pezzi, where I can connect all the connections. So one of my demo accounts that I use. So basically what's going to happen is very easy to use. You go in, you connect your account. Once you connect your account, we use Plaid, so it covers 12,000 institutions all over the world, 7 nations, I believe, and are catered specifically to the USA. Once you connect this, you're able to track all the money in that's been in for the full fiscal year, all the money out, your net balances on how you're doing, how your business is growing. You're able to see your top expenses on a catering of a 3 months, 12 months, 6 months time frame. You're able to actually see your profit and loss, money that's been coming in, all the money that's been coming out in the last 30, 60 days, and your taxable income. Why do I love this? It's because my whole cater was basically find a taxable income so we can tax plan even quicker. That's the whole key for why I built Pezzi. So once you go in, you connect your account. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to everything to get actualized, and then we use the AI to categorize. So what do I mean by that? So AI goes in and categorizes everything for you. Instead of QuickBooks going in, you manually do it. You go in and categorize it for you. It takes about 24 hours. We have about 85% accuracy rate. Whenever you don't see something being categorized, say like this uncategorized, say this is something as a business expense, office expense, you go in, you save it. Once you save it, it finds other transactions that are similar that you can also make them recurring, or you can one-time things. So I go in and I save them all. They all get transactions and they all get categorized. So now that I'm doing this, each of these categories are tax categories based off in the IRC codes. So I can go in and prevent and find those taxable income. So say I have done so far what I've done this year, you can find all the income, all the true deductions. So now for this person being known and based in Florida, they have a negative taxable income because they have way too much deduction in their business. So that being said, I exactly know the estimated tax owed and in the state that they're in with the corporation that they're in. So these are little things that you can go in and you can apply. My whole idea was to make it easier for the user and make it seamless. Another thing that we're going to go and talk about is the profit and loss stage. So I've made this where we can automate profit and loss stages automatically. Why is this so important? Because I know most of you guys that are in this school community are trying to get either already funded or trying to get funded or eventually going to get more funding. Whenever you go in and you're done getting your 50,000 line of credit, credit card, whatever that you do, go ahead and do in the beginning. And you want to go and exceed and get more funding, 500,000, 750. I work with people that I've gone people funded up to $7 million. Logistic business, real estate, whatever it is. What do many of everybody that get funded, what do they need? They need a profit and loss statement. If you don't have a profit and loss statement in your business, people aren't going to fund you. It's simple as that. So what comes in? And I know you've probably seen a lot of things in social media talking about, hey, all you need is LLC, no doc, 50K loan. That's all bull crap. What's going to happen realistically off that LLC? They're pretty much checking, making sure your credit is good. Once your credit is good, you really don't need an LLC because you're getting funded based off your credit. So you're being a guarantor. So all that 50K no doc thing is just a myth. How do you properly structure where your business becomes the liability and not you? You need profit and loss. So these are things that I'd like to talk about because it's so important, and the misconception of social media has come to a crazy amount of things. Once we do this, you're able to actually track everything. If you want to do a P&L based off 12 months, 6 months, quarterlies, you're able to do it based off different accounts if you want to do it. If you want to do a 1 month, you're able to do this. We can go in and we can generate it. Once you generate it, it will be here in your files tab. You can go in and pretty much open one up and boom. This is what the banks love to see. Once you give this to the bank and they can basically do a bank verification based off the income that you're showing, and this all comes accurate, they love this. This is how you get funded easy. Instead of waiting 6, 7 months to get funded, you go in, it's anywhere from a 30 to 90-day process to get funded once you have all the requirements for a bank to approve you. Other than that, we also do account reconciliation. What is an account reconciliation? So within our app, we connect to your bank account, but we want to make sure that you guys are manually putting anything, any miss data that we go in. So say there was a cash transaction that you did and was a tax deductible and you created an invoice for that. You go in and you create that and you reconcile your account. So these are things that Pezzi does. Everything is pretty much automated. About 85% of what we do is automated. It's basically what I use for all my customers, just because it makes my life easy to determine the taxable income and basically start tax planning. So these are little things that I go about. So that being said, these are kind of the plans that I offer. So if you want access to Pezzi, we do offer a 30-day free trial, free of ask. You just go to pezzi.io, you sign up, get your first 30 days. If you want at 50% discount, speak to Trevor or speak to Tyler. They're able to connect with me, and then within the school community, and I'm able to get you a better deal after the 30 days end, and give you a good lifetime deal instead of just 30-day trial. The next thing I do offer is a one-on-one tax planning. So I charge about $1,200 a month for tax planning, just because you guys are in the school community, and the ones that are paying for the school community get this offer, by the way. So I'm offering, instead of $1,200, a $599 offer, basically 50% off. And then what I'm here to do, me and my team come in, we create a tax plan for your business. We create 3 custom plans for your business, and we help you basically leverage real estate to have higher tax advantages. The next step is basically all of that. We're including a free Pezzi account within the one-on-one tax planning, and then the third offer is basically a whole year upfront. Instead of you paying, so if you do 600 times 12, you can do the math. You're paying a one-time fee of $5,000 yearly. So this renews every year upfront. I'm able to do the same thing that I'm offering, but at a cheaper price, plus giving you all the other features above. So these are things that I'm mentioning to you guys. If any of this makes interest, I am going to be here giving monthly calls, giving strategies. It won't be as long as this, but this is basically an intro of what tax planning is and how you guys can benefit from it. But so basically throughout the months I'm going to be with Trevor and Tyler, I'm going to basically give you guys little feedbacks here and there. Next couple calls are kind of going to be more Q&A. I'm going to be, if whoever's basically in the paying community, I'm going to be able to basically be there, be that one-on-one, kind of help you guys on smaller things. But yeah, if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, feel free to contact Trevor or Tyler. I know they're here to help you guys as well grow, not just in the tax space, but like I said, they're offering an amazing community. If you want to learn about trading, if you want to learn about Airbnb, arbitrage, marketing, you name it, they're there for you guys. And it's great that you're learning all these things with them, but at the end of the day, you still got to pay Uncle Sam. So might as well start doing this as well while you're starting your new companies and all of that. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I love the crowd. I hope everybody enjoys the sauce I gave out. Any questions, anything like that, just reach out to Tyler and Trevor, like I mentioned, and I'm here to help. I'm here to make you guys grow into awesome small business owners, and hopefully we can kick IRS's ass. That's basically why I'm here. Have a good one, guys.